Hey, it's Steve with Ritz Renovation. I'm going to show you how to lay some wallpaper. In this particular room, there's a chair rail, so we're only going to do the bottom half of the room. So it's going to be relatively simple. So I'll show you how to do it step by step. Okay, first thing is you want to set up. So you got some plastic on the floor. I got a table. Usually I use a piece of sheetrock or drywall, just as something inexpensive that I can then discard when I'm done. I got the wallpaper out. I use a plastic tray that I can, disposable one, a roller, a 4-inch wide brush, a plastic knife, and I got some universal wallpaper adhesive. Using a generous amount of glue. I marked from the beginning of the drywall to about here, I made a line, is 40 inches. From the bottom to my chair rail is 36 inches. So this way I have kind of a guide that tells me if I cut it off here at 40 inches, it gives me about 2 inches on top and 2 on the bottom. It's real easy to cut this. Okay. See? Okay, so you can see I just kind of placed it on the wall, about 2 inches above. And I got about 2 inches on the bottom. Now, right now, you can move this paper around. You can grab it and kind of move it around. You want to get a nice seam where the two papers line up. Now, this is a simple project, simple wallpaper, because the print really doesn't matter where it lines up. On a more difficult wallpaper, the print would have to really line up the pattern, and you'd have to cut the wallpaper. Make sure that you leave yourself enough wallpaper where you can start on the point that you need to and still have enough to get to the bottom in one full continuous sheet from top to bottom. See, here it's simple because we're going from a chair rail down to the bottom. Now you want to make sure that you have a wet rag to help smooth out the wallpaper. Get it in on top. Now you use this knife, and the way I've learned to do it is there's a bevel edge on one side, flat on the other. So I use the bevel edge because if you go with the other side, it seems to catch the wallpaper and might nick it. So I go with the bevel edge and squeeze out the air. Squeeze out the air and the glue. And go up and down. Now before I line up the entire bottom, I'll cut off the top. And what I do is here I flip over the knife and I put the bevel edge up. And I'll start here and I'll cut off the excess. And the bevel kind of creates a channel where the razor blade can get into. And flip it back over with the bevel down and continue to squeeze it out. Go over with the rag. Make sure you get any glue off that's on top. And do the same thing to the bottom. Okay, the top is done. And the bottom I did too. I just couldn't do it while I was holding the phone to record it. So I wanted to show you something before I proceed. I've got a brush here, 4-inch brush with some glue. Before I finish this piece, I want to add some glue right here where the two pieces are going to meet. Especially I felt the bottom was kind of dry when I was putting it on, like it wasn't really sticking. So I kind of peeled it off and added some more glue. Don't be scared. Don't be scared to do that. If you feel like it's dry in a certain spot, you better peel it off while it's still wet, because you got a few minutes before it dries. You can peel it off while it's still wet, add some more glue, and continue to put it back on. Or let's say, for example, you nick it, or something happens, it rips. You know, let's say a side rips, or something happens to the sheet. Take it off the wall and just put on a new sheet. But don't try to leave on a broken sheet, because you're gonna regret it for forever. Because you know, you're never gonna fix it. Same thing if there's a dry spot. Make sure you peel it off and add some more glue like I just did. So this way, when it's all said and done, everything looks good. Because if you have a bubble or it's peeling somewhere, it's a lot harder to fix after the fact. Okay, now with the bevel edge. See the bevel edge? With the bevel edge down. I'm just going to wipe it off. Done. Now I'm going to stick the next piece in. It's going to go into the corner and then wrap around. It's a little trickier, but if you can figure out this piece and get this in, and with a little bit of practice, you can get a piece like that in. And then you'll figure out how to get a piece like that in. That'll take a little bit more practice to cut around there. The most important thing is make sure you paint this bottom baseboard and the chair rail before you do this. So when you lay down the wallpaper, you don't have to paint these things again, risking getting paint on the wallpaper. All right, thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions. Sorry if I wasn't able to provide the best type of video quality while I was doing the work, but I tried my best with one hand. If you have any questions, shoot me an email, steve@ritzrenovation.com. You could also leave a comment here, and I will do my best to respond as soon as I can. Thanks, guys.